abantu ekyokubiri the first casualties ensi bwe yayavuwala the professors took a passenger seat. Is in Uganda where you find professors don't play an active role. In any newspaper, if there is an incident, they will say, according to the professor of political science, according to the professor of this, according to security experts, for 8 years, I have not been in the government. I surrendered their passport. I don't want to profit. I rejected their job. So now I'm at home comfortably.
Never quoting according to Swans. So
why? By now I would be dead. If I was a part of government, if I make a mistake of going back to government, I would die in 2 days. Let me annoy Museveni. I'm not going to use it today. But let me survive. Museveni ejakuleta obukadde 10 wafate babuvude bukubu. Abana bangu babonebona. Abana bakiriga bakyayina ani akyavamu. Farao Abayudaaya bali bamanyi nnyo Emisiri. Naye Farao yali abamanyi bwe yafa bafuuka baddu. God had to send Moses to rescue them. Yes. Kakati today nze nababala. Nabagamba let me tell you. Bobi Wine was harassed, tear gassed, and I warned him. When you got to Kayunga, you are going to die. And I told Bobi Wine, it's not Museveni who is harassing you. The Mafia gang want you to be killed to overthrow Museveni's government. Bobi Wine namulamu. Don't go to Kayunga Sasiri amuyitawa. Nga bobaagala banga ne bagamba tebukenya bamukwata ne bamuteeka mu kkomera. Baali baagala afiire mu kkomera bakwate omulambo gwa Bukenya bakunyingiza ekibuga Museveni awo. A person came to me, told me, tell your boss, Bukenya should not get food from home. I said, Bukenya.
Nachulira. Okay.
Kakati, let me tell you.
Yes.
I said, because when you analyze the type of mafias we have in Uganda, they are commercial agents. Lavish spending, baina abana kandi omwana wasomawa asoma. Abantu baina family where baina. Do they have factories here? Have we? Ugandan mafia is not comparable to the Italian mafias. The Italian mafias developed in Italy. Why? They invested in the capital.
Okay.
The British primitive capitalism developed in Britain. These are scavengers. Waliwo wait.
Yes, sir.
Kakati nze nabategeera. These people cannot survive. They steal from government. Their golden mind is government. They will create all excuses to steal from government. I know the Ugandan mafia. They turn calamities into gold mines. COVID, never percent, never tap, never tap. The organic case and the mafia is reason beyond human imagination. When I come out and say it, there is a laboratory trade in human organs. Nobody listened to me. I was watching them yesterday. The case has reached the final. Waliwo doing the meeting. Did you have a meeting yesterday? I was watching them. Mirundi is involved, but I'm not involved. One, you cheated yourselves. The Chinese gave you money, you raised $30 million instead of paying the lawyers. You paid 10 billion to newspapers, the media in Uganda. Didn't you give me any money? How much money do you get from the Chinese before you fled? How much money do you get from Oman? Blame yourselves, not me. Me, I told you I never give evidence against you. Never panicking. I think Tije nabategeera nti Bobi Wine is serving security, not tear gas and related equipment. Tebayinza kukkiriza ne baleeta ebijambia Museveni n'abakwata ne batta abaana bako akasajja kabukedde kakuli byesinga mukakwata ne ziri baggwa kamanya abatemuba ne twagala kabeerewo fetuli kayola mu gavumenti
weekend yennyini
nkunyonyola totegeera nti myayiniu These people, Bobi Wine prayed them to stop security. Tewali tear gas. Nibali tabeshi ne mukubani group ye. Red card. How can you give a person a player red card after the match? The people who can give the president of Uganda red card are the voters. Babeshi ningana biye na duka. Kakati what they have done is cause this. The only statement, a factual statement I've heard from the Uganda police is to say that these are local terrorists. These are commercial terrorists. Yes. Do you know what they want? Me, two weeks ago, I returned my government vehicle to State House.
Right.
2 weeks ago, I impounded all of my taxi vehicles. 2 weeks ago, yes, I impounded all my private cars. I'm moving in hired vehicles because I knew
Waliwo manyi kigenda kuya mu Uganda
transport. After having been denied revenue from Bobi Wine, because government pays a lot of money on security. Museveni operates like a human body. A human body, blood goes where it is needed. Aba security babe staff.
Kino ekya bus kyoliko nti baatakize transport sector.
Najimanya. Ask them. I sent their vehicle, a government vehicle, 2 weeks ago, back to State House, and I told them what I want. I'm scouting from my security allies a military driver. Why did I do it? My car was supposed to be the first one being targeted.
Lwaki tewagamba police?
Miso. Mbabazi told to Mwebazi that man has a wide network and he drafts all the security organs. Ask them whether 2 weeks ago I did not return your vehicle, and I insisted I'm scouting for a security, a soldier driver, and I alerted my allies in the security for military police driver. 2 weeks ago, I impounded all my taxis. 2 weeks ago, I started moving in private cars. Even the one that has brought me is a private car. All my private vehicles, including taxis, I impounded them to touch. Why?
Right.
I know how these people behave. If you want to study this mafia, study the volcano. For us who know that the volcano is about to explode, because I've told you, Bobi Wine denied them money from security. There's not powering of tear gas and related equipment. I think the right policy is out of action. But why? And two, the argument is, if you people believe that Sewanyana and this man are behind the terrorism, this is terrorism continue.
Kino kyebagamba police kyegamba nti nno tebasobola kuliikinga kyabadde Komamboga ne IC kikwataganira wala ati
I did criminality. Certain causes I'm doing them myself. When such an incident occurs in Europe, what happens? One, you study the debris. We have two things. Hallmarks. Al-Qaeda has this hallmarks. Al-Shabaab has its hallmarks. Okay. And the local mafia has its hallmarks. What are the hallmarks? I told you. Every mother in Uganda has 4 characteristics. A woman must be involved.
Okay.
A border is involved. The movement. Border. Why? A border is escape.
Okay.
But the borders are they get 4 borders, change the parts at one. Kawanda. Bakwata boda satu ne bazijjamu ne bokwata emu tosobola kuzuula erindala. 3. Normally on Friday, normally when there is a presidential address, they strike to accuse them of being pigs because they want Museveni to comment on them. Ask an opposition leader. Bw'abeerawo munabyabufuzi ow'opposition ajja kugamba I benefit more if Museveni talks about me. Reverse psychology. Let Museveni go to a constituency and castigate and blast the opposition. He will win. Oyo ya munyiga ke kayinja mungattu. They provoke Museveni to talk about to them. That's why they strike before he is going to address.
Bamanya ntagenda kwogera.
Buli wagenda okwogera nti yavaayo n'agamba oyo omusajja yali yambala ebyayero yani national address. This is when we talked about him. By the time he came to talk about the budget, the man was dead. We study hallmarks. Al-Qaeda is headed by highly intelligent people. Al-Qaeda cannot plant a bomb in a bar in a Christian dominated country like ours. It will backlash on the Muslims. Al-Qaeda can kill an Islamic kirariki, but cannot attack a Poco joint. They are highly educated. Al-Shabaab, the same. Al-Shabaab reacts.
Tebakyusa mu bukodyo okubuzaabuza
nti nze I can tell obusa bw'ente obw'omusu obwaki kuba mwihanta kakati this is and how the next person in intelligence criminality you study the scene of crime. 40% of evidence incriminating exposing the person involved remains at the scene of crime. Mu Uganda is 60% that remains at the scene of crime because they are amateurs. And what is it done? Is it done by security agents knowing it very well. They will not be arrested. Abo bonna bwe mulaba mu bus abakubiddwa bomu babatta. Buli lwalaba nga balumbye petrol station oyo omuwala yabadde mu bbala waabwe baleka bamusse to kill it, to conceal evidence. The dead, you trace the dead. If you trace the dead abafudde, you trace the passenger from where he boarded the bus, you arrest these people because they know they are not going to be arrested. Kakati the police tuzikwata. Yes. Netuzikwata ntukwamanya. These people they know where you find Al-Qaeda. If you find emizikiti eginyirira with a handsome kirarikis, Al-Qaeda cell is there. Yes. Al-Qaeda temala kuwestinga resources zaayo. Why should the Islamic State attack Uganda? Because
yegasi ku ADF.
Ulira wasiru. Even if we accommodated the ISIS. Banabachi ADF. Baluwa. Ati kati baagala nti Uganda yaleese abaki. They were chased away. Economy minister said, economy minister Nigeria, Ugandan men is happening. Are we seeing Arab for the first time? The first Arab to come to Uganda, Ahmed bin Ibrahim came in 1848. Yes, sir. 1848. We are not seeing Arab. In fact, in Uganda like me, I'm chased away from our teaching as a Uganda man. I cannot get engaged in a love affair with omukazi omweru ennyo.
Lwaki?
Musambwa.
Buli mukazi omweru nnyo abamusambwa.
Baganda men are scared of very good.
Baagala baddugavu.
We are trained as younger men to avoid these people. Era Abaganda bagamba nti abakyotala bakuba obwavu. No. Abakyotala tebakuba bwavu. But a skin must be maintained. Alya mukyere. Is difficult to maintain. Tebakuba bwavu. Abasobola tebakuba bwavu.
Babel expensive.
Many Ugandans hate the Mercedes Benz. Tetundika. Amayo ekadira. I have them.
Spare you.
When I analyze as a security expert, then I move to the third point. When an incident occurs, security people, experienced people like me, after examining the debris, we go to one question: who benefits from this incident? Is clear. If you had a smart security organization like a MISO, you would arrest these fellows. Why? Why are they moving into security? Why are they striking when schools are opening? Simple. Commercial. Our terrorists are commercial terrorists. They know. You are now going to have security gadgets to check passengers. As these security people losing business on tear gas, they are moving somewhere.
Abagamba nti nno works of ADF tekibaayo.
ADF has a faction in Uganda which is hired. The people are killing these Ugandans, ADF, but they are paid for. The people who wanted to assassinate Nachovi came from an island. I was following them from an island. They brought bazookas. This guy is sad. And I have recordings about them. Video and the audio.
Kino kiri commercial bya sente byanfuna.
Commercial because when I analyze who benefits from this incident, one, they have targeted the transport. And we are going to open the schools.
Yeah, true.
Now what you are going to do, to check luggages, you need to check luggages.
Yeah, true.
Two, you are going to get school fires. Better equip your fire brigade. Let all the schools buy fighting equipment. But if you have if I heard yes, any of the security organizations, then I would ask, the moment the government announces that ensure that your social place is like a bus, you must have security, you must have these gadgets, but they are already in the country. Was this businessman who is going to supply these items that are needed today, was he visited by Satan? Was he visited by Angel Gabriel to stock? Because it does not work in the weather forecast.
Area stock is a gadget says. Area stock is a fire machine.
Yeah.
Area biri kunsalo.
Webiri mustore. When you talk about Bijambia, yes. The originality of Bijambia would suspect Rwanda. But President Kagame Rukusifa, he crossed the border. So the Bijambia, are they manufactured, locally manufactured, or the Bijambia are bought from hardwares? Has the security investigated the originality? Who imported the Bijambia? You see,
Tamale Mirundi.
When Kaira was assassinated, they brought a sergeant from Scotland Yard. When Oko was assassinated, they brought a sergeant. No, M16 Scotland Yard does not force a cops to talk. They just use the information I use as a trained expert.
Kakati kino kigatta otya n'okwogera kwa president kuba ogambye nti no byabadde komamba twabirabye byabadde impeachment kati obigatta otya n'okwogera kwa
Let me tell you, I told you this before. Why is it that Chisaka in the Kampala State Council and the Narwezo have frustrated all efforts for taxi drivers to unite? Because in intelligence, we look for an abnormality. Any leader would like to make sure that the taxi drivers unite. But because the next target was in the transport, all the effort Kisaka and the Narweso have frustrated the efforts to unite the taxi drivers. And the next day, the taxi can Museveni swallow the bitter beat and arrest the Narweso.
But they want them united. Bakoledde nnyo abakulu abo beegatte.
I want, this man has been talking. This man has been talking. Driver, Namugoba. He disappeared on Friday, came back on Tuesday without knowing that vehicle is on satellite.
Okay, mbadde nkusaba kati bannayuganda bakola batya tukole tukulaba nga twekuuma bya bomu tukole tutya what is the way forward ku nsonga eyo.
These are business terrorists. There is no involvement of foreigners in Uganda. Why? We don't have an Arab population.
Yes.
Tewali. We don't, the only people we have are Somalis.
Yes.
Somalis.
mpulira
the Rwandese twiti kuleta bintu byo bya musiru kati ko jango yo come and talk
yes
because it is happened to me every time
obadde kuba the Rwandese
I've told you
yes
the Rwandese cannot destroy Uganda because the fallback opposition to them is Uganda.
Okay.
It took the Tutsis 50 years to go back to Kigali. It can take the Hutus 100 years, but they will go back to Kigali. And the Tutsis will come back to Uganda. Like the Israelis went back to Jerusalem after 600 years. The permanent place of the Tutsis is Uganda. So that you know. I told you that you people, if you have an intelligent security man, President Kagame, who is very, very tough on hygiene, because one way Rwanda is not spending much money on health. In many cases, their approach eliminates diseases, because most of the diseases come out of hygienic conditions. In Rwanda, it is perfect. A man like President Kagame, who is interested in the health of his people, can he allow prostitutes every weekend to be brought to Uganda?
No.
Babadde bagenda e Rwanda ne bajjayo abawala.
Nabadde bakikola bamu.
Ngate one of the main destinations of these Banyarwanda beautiful girls near Makindye Barracks. I say, are these commandos or prostitutes?
Ekyo kikyo
Anti kinkubulira
kikyo
intelligence nga nzingirimu ate siyinza bakolera. Siyinza bakolera mmwe. Siyinza kudda mu gavumenti mwe mukiyiwe ekintu kyammwe. Olunakuzanyiremu ate
kitegedde bulungi
nti Nalweyiso and Kisaka have frustrated efforts for the taxi drivers tonight. Me, I knew, judging from like a volcano, I knew that the target now is transport. That's why 2 weeks ago I returned their vehicle and I said, I'm scouting for military policemen to drive. I impounded all my taxis. I impounded all my vehicles. I started hiring, which cannot be marked, which means I'm ahead. The organic case, I was watching them the whole of yesterday. Don't blame me. I offered you that I will never give evidence against you, but you are sitting on my money. Well, if you recover my shirt from a thief, do you sit on it?
No.
The president gave me money, somebody took it, has forced him to surrender, you are sitting on it. I will attack you like attack me. I want this money.
Olunaku lw'eggulo e Masaka abakiise omuli Honorable Segirinya Muhammad ne Honorable Sewanyana waliwo akatu katonyo bwe kati babagambye temujja kweyimirwa ensonga ziri ssatu zawadde esooka nti baaganye okulaga omulamuzi nti balwadde.
Let me tell you, these are idiots.
Bani?
But these are fools. I'm telling you that there is a struggle between the government. It tells you that these people are represented by a formidable force. All efforts are made to get them out. Why? And the government on the other side does not want to get them out. Why? This is a tug of war. It takes two to tumble. If the government allows these people to get their freedom, then it will encourage others. The two factions, government is fighting a formidable force. Inside it, it knows. Mumugenda nimura batata wa mwinga bakubagana ni mama wa temumanya nti omwa kwatidde munne mbwenzi. They die.
Okay.
They are just fulfilling, no, just to appear. Nze mbadde mu taxi ferongo time. Naye waliwo omusajja bali mumuyita Katende. Was a very tall and huge man. Yali chairman ku Mityana ne ku Bugoloobi about 10 years ago. Ne batula ne bamugamba Mr. Chairman, lwaki gwe buli kaseera gw'ofuna numberless? Numberless means ti emmotoka gye baidentifize ku lunaku olukola numberless bwekomawo nesanga nga etikka temulimu bantu basukka basatu yetikka, which means you make more money.
Terinda yo.
Naye Katende yali musajja mugezi. Yabaga nti nze numberless ngivuddeko.
Lwaki?
Emmotoka yasooka okugenda yagula abaserikale ba traffic nabateeka mu lubigi. Emmotoka yasooka okugenda bamugaa nti adduka nnyo. Emmotoka eyokubiri bamugaa nti atisse kabindo. Emmotoka eyokusatu bamugaa terina mupiira. Emmotoka eyokuna ne bamugamba terina kataala. Era emmotoka yakatende yabayitako.
Efuuka numbers.
Era efuuka numbers. Whether they like it or not, this is a battle between the government.
Kati numbers wano yaluwamu mu musango guno gwa Segirinya.
Government emanyi abagirwanyisa.
Nti gundi ne gundi.
If Segirinya gains his freedom and this young man, these people will defeat the government and they will have the opportunity of recruiting more. For Abaganda bwe tuba tusobola omwenge. Enjuki esooka okujja tugikwata bukwasi ne tukisiba teddayo ku reporting olujja kusobola bulungi. Naye the first day if you don't try it, it goes back and the other this way. Best years of hooligans are released by the judiciary to make it appear that you can fight, we shall release you. There is a strong bond between the Uganda Mafia, judiciary and the media.
But
what is the such people? These are ponies in the chess game. This is not law. We call it real politics. In politics, we have politics and real politics. The moment